If you're watching this video as a tutorial of how to rebuild your GM Type 2 Saginaw pump, I might be the worst person to watch. On my last video, you probably got a good idea of what's about to happen. So today just came in the mail is a seal kit for my power steering pump. At least I think I ordered the right one for my power steering pump. So if you saw underneath when we were messing with the oil pressure sending unit, there's fluid. You see it caked up, you see it collect dust, you see it looking gross and grimy under there. And I want to relieve that. The pump on the car, it's been through a lot. It's been through several racing events. It's probably cooked fluid. Everything's probably not kosher, I guess you could call it. It's just not, it's not good. It's O-rings might be flat and crispy, but we're about to take it apart and find out, because when you see where it's leaking, it looks like it's leaking on the back of the mount plate. And so it's coming from the back area of the rear of the power steering pump. So I'm thinking, well, that's probably this big O-ring that's in this pack. And plus side of when ordering a seal kit from Power, let me see, I don't want to get this wrong. It's PSC, which is Power Steering Component. It's PSC. So Power Steering Components, these guys, okay? This is the guys, I got their pump, their seal kit, and we're about to use their fluid to run the whole power steering system in the car, which I should have been doing from the very beginning. That's on me, my fault. I'm sorry. Please don't disown me. so because this fluid's much higher quality. When I first did the power steering conversion on the car, I ran AutoZone, Pennzoil, plain stuff. And if you go way back in my videos and you hear what seems to be a supercharger whine, this car is never supercharged. That's the power steering pump, because the fluid was cooked. So now chickens have come home to roost, and now I need to rebuild it or install a new seal kit on it, and we're going to use the correct fluid. Now, I will admit, I did replace the Pennzoil power steering fluid with some Redline power steering fluid. Whine went away, fluid never got hot, pump never started whining again. It's been working great. However, it doesn't fix a leak. When a leak begins, it's usually because you abused it, and whenever it's abused, like I did, it doesn't go away. Even as severe as this case, and as mild as probably what you experience. So anyways, time to pull the power steering pump off the car. We're going to bring it to the work table. If you're watching this video as a tutorial of how to rebuild your GM Type 2 Saginaw pump, I might be the worst person to watch. However, I got to do it. I'm going to try to do it, and you're welcome to follow along. This most definitely will be messy, so there's a little drain pan underneath the car. Let's see. We gotta get the intake out of the way. We need to get the belt off. Let's just pop that belt off. In order to get this guy off, there's a pulley with the through bolt. I've already got the fasteners currently off. Let me see. Come up. Yeah, let's see. Before we get too far along, I just wanted to video and take note at the back of this housing. And it looks nice and wet and grimy, which is pretty dark and hard probably for you guys to see, but there you go. See the grime comes right off. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can do this with the least amount of problems. And this is the feed to the pump. So I found a little -10 plug. In order to remove the snap ring on the back, I've got a little C-clamp here. I don't think it takes an enormous amount of pressure, but definitely more than what my hand is capable of doing. Let me see if I can't turn this guy up on his face. One, better view. Two, easier to get this guy. Yeah. So I think there's a spring that kind of holds this guy together on the back. Okay. Then oh shit. Finally got it. Let me see if I can show you guys. Yeah, see, so boom. So now I just gotta hook that thing out without hopefully poking an eye out. Ooh, or losing it. This guy was a toughie to get out. Okay. So now there should be a big spring on the side of this, on the other side. Tap it off maybe. So there's probably someone screaming at the screen, but I just found out that this guy you could put the pick through and it's going to help you nudge this ring out. Sorry, but yeah. So mental note. Alright, so I'm trying to get this back plate off and there's nothing to grip it, and like this little middle piece, that's almost impossible to grab a hold to with like an adjustable wrench or channel locks or something. I could tap it and I can definitely press this further down, but there's right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get this off. And a couple videos that I've looked online is this plate almost like falls off, so I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen for this guy. I wish I recorded that. So all this just popped right on out because I took softball hammer and just whack. It doesn't seem like it's in a lot of bind, but it definitely needed encouragement to come out. So, kind of observing some of the parts. Oh yeah, that thing. Alright, get you guys a closer view. So this guy comes out like that, and I don't think this is directional, but that guy was in there. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, ah. So that's, oh, okay. Let's put this guy off to the side. So this guy comes off right here. So, oh, come on out. Okay, so dowels are removable. I'm gonna put this kind of like it comes out. Let's see. This guy comes out. Okay, okay. And by the way, it's coming out of these small holes here. Okay. Oh, and then, okay. Okay. I remember these shims. All these shims are the kind of the same. So, okay. So I think this is the kind of part of the pump part. I think. And you have all these little shims, all these little guys. They go in between there. Oh, very cool. So there's a O-ring. One of the O-rings right here. Cool. All right. Very cool. I'm digging this. So we're gonna put the spring right there. Let's move all this a little bit higher up, because we definitely don't want to lose anything. I want to bring some more attention to this housing. Let's see. Okay. There's a dowel right there, but I'm not seeing any other seals, but there is the one right here. Let's see. See if we can get this guy out. All right. Oh, this thing is flattened. This might be hard to pick up, but I can feel it, that it is pinched and flattened this way. So definitely getting replaced. And that guy is none other than this one right here. So yeah, I can see why we were leaking. Let's get this new O-ring in place. Drops right on in, so that's making me feel better that I ordered the correct kit. There's one right here. So let's get the new guy in there. Oh man, that's already looking much better. Already looking much better. Both of these feel like crushed. Okay, reassembly of the pump. Whew. So take 5, I guess. So I'm trying to figure out the best way possible to put this thing back together, because I'm having a little bit of trouble. So there's that little dowel piece right there. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go right there. But what's giving me issues is reassembling the pump part. So if I put a dowel right here, a dowel right here, making sure that the diamonds are up. I don't think it matters if it goes one side or the other side. Then you take this little pump mechanism guy, and I'm putting these little dots, just for reference, I'm putting these dots up, you know, side up. And then this would kind of be put on top of there for the dowels. So boom. So I have basically the internals of the pump assembled. Now, looking down here, I want this guy kind of positioned, if possible, to the best I can. And I want that part to be going onto the side, you know, with the Dumafachi, with the dowel. Because I've seen it put together a couple different methods. And my method right now is making me question why I did this. So let's do this. Let's put this guy in first. Okay. I'm just so unaware if I'm getting this in the right position. Okay. Idea. Which, when I watched the tutorial video that I somehow got the confidence that I can do this, told me not to do it this way. Let's try and do it this way. It looks like we're still on the dowel on the bottom part. I see the diamonds. There's the markings going up. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. Abort. Abort. I'm not supposed to be able to spin this. Go. Okay. So these dials gotta be right on that guy. See? They don't spin. But it goes down. But no spinny spin. Now. So verified the diamonds go toward the back of the pump. Got it. We have our snap ring right here. We're going to take our C-clamp and clamp this guy back together. I don't want anything to fall on out, but we're going to get, there we go. So we're pushed down, we're recessed. So now we just need to get this little, oops, sorry, you guys can't see. All right. So we're going to get this ring into that recess, and we're just going to walk it around, boop, and snap right into place. Easy. And then we're going to slowly release, and it looks like it's holding. So there we go. We just replace the seals. Nothing's in a bind. Rotates just fine. Feels like it's supposed to. Good. Okay. All right. Nice learning experience. Now, Ryan, that kit came with a lot of stuff. Well, I think it's just the O-rings that we needed to replace. So I have, looks to be these spare seals. We're going to hang on to them. Also, here's a new roller bearing, so, like a sealed bearing. We're going to hold on to these guys. We're just going to put in a little kit, tuck it away in the cabinet in case those things fail. Because the bearing feels fine. It was just leaking fluid, which both those big O-rings, these guys, are not as soft and they feel smashed. So that's why we did this. So the first things first, let's go ahead and connect the lines back onto the power steering pump. Alright, so lines are on the car. Or sorry, the lines are on the pump. Now to get the pump onto the bracket. It's probably not the best perspective or view for you, because it's not the best perspective or view for me. So bear with me. We're going to put that on loosely. Alright, so alright, so now, do we have enough clearance? Let me see if I can show you what I'm looking at. So I dip the camera down here. That's tight, okay? I'd imagine if the belt torques, it's only just gonna pull away, you know, with that tensioner pulley, but I think I want a little bit more of a gap than that on between those, the idler and the power steering pump. So let's pull the belt off, loosen up the bolts, and let's see if we can't find two more bolts that give it a little bit more separation. Alright, let's see if we can't get this belt on now. Alright. Go again. So there's a nice good air gap between that idler pulley and the power steering pump pulley. So that's what we were hoping for. All right, let's go ahead and refill our reservoir power steering so we You dummy. You gotta reconnect this stupid air intake. Alright, take two with, you know, the air intake. So just got back actually from that, I guess you could call it the test drive. Really went out for some quick errands, drove the Mustang. So let's see what we got. All right, so looks dry. Fittings look dry. That's a plus. Fittings down below look dry. And looks like we got the same amount that we put in there. As I was running, I don't see any leaks from behind the pump or to the connections that we had to reconnect to the pump. It does seem like the belt is nice and secure. We got a couple rotations, a little bit of rev. We went through the full range of motion with the steering rack, so the pump did work a little bit to make sure all the air bubbles and pockets are kind of got out. There's a little bit left in this bottle. I think I'm gonna hold on to it. Worth holding on to a little bit that's left in here. Plus, I can reference like what fluid I'm put in here. So in the car, for the most part, obviously I have one whole quart of this PSC fluid, and the rest is a mixture of Redline and Prestone, but hopefully it's majority this good stuff. Because I do remember I did try to flush it with more PSC fluid, but there's a cooler, there's a bunch of lines, plus what's in the rack, so obviously I couldn't flush all of it. And besides, this stuff is not cheap by the quart, so I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be good. Majority of it, it'll probably hold up to good temps and things like that. And for the most part, I think they're compatible with each other. Nonetheless, you saw it here. We took the power steering pump, which is a GM Type 2, a Saginaw pump, and we took it off the car, put it on the workbench. We took it all apart. We replaced these O-rings that are flattened and no longer rubber, pliable, and supple, because that's what's sealing. That's what's sealing the fluid into the pump and producing pressure, out of the pump that the steering rack requires. And so you saw it first. That was the first time I've actually taken apart one of those pumps, and so I learned. Hopefully, you guys learned. And I'll, if you have questions about one thing or another thing that I did in the video, leave them down in the comment below. I'll answer it, because some stuff may not make it to the video just to help with good continuity. But I'm definitely going to make sure I include the struggles as well as the mistakes and ultimately the success that I just had putting it back on. So I think now, steering the car, it felt like it had good pressure. So it feels like it's back to normal. And leave a like down below, comment your thoughts. If you have further questions, if I may have left out something in particular, comment down below. I'll be happy to discuss it with you. And if it's your first time here, why don't you think about subscribing, and I will see you guys later.